Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika Zen. I'm Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is my review recap for Force Season 2, Episode 2, Great Consequence. Baby, listen, the block is hot, all right? Money, power, powder, power, power. The block is hot and Tommy done got shot. We got innocent bystanders being taken out, all because of Chewy trash behind. Speaking of Chewy, we done found him by the trash where he belong, okay? And we basically got a whole investigation going on. We got Stacey Marks trying to get this task force, and they told her girl bye. Okay, we got Diamond smashing COs and got POs coming through doing they daggone check, but he's still out here in the streets with Tommy trying to get it in. They are basically trying to pin the Serbs against the cartel, make them think that it's them that's taking each other out and stealing their product. We got Walter with a bad batch of pills, and now he trying to get Claudia and Vic to come back. Speaking of Vic, child, Vic out here robbing bomb and pop shops. He crying by graveyards. Child, I said, Vic, if you don't get your head out that bottle and out your ass and do something or go sit down somewhere, we tired of you, okay? Just take the shovel and bury yourself next to damn Gloria if you want to be with her so freaking bad. I'm sick of him, okay? Speaking of being sick of people, man, Claudia thought she was about to climb. Keep rising to the top, okay? But as soon as Vic told his daddy, well, I'll do it if you get Claudia the hell up out of here. Child, didn't daddy do it with the quickness and got rid of her? Told her, no, you ain't got no balls, girl. You wish you was a man. Go somewhere and sit down, all right? Sit down. We tired of you. So in the meantime, now it's Vic's revenge. He wants to get revenge on his damn daddy. We'll see how that goes, right? Now, Grandma said, keep that white devil away from us. Okay, that's what she told Miguel. And, Mara tried to warn him once again, too, telling him, you keep coming around here. The next time it's not just going to be a flesh wound. Your behind going to be up out of here for real, right? But Tommy said he ain't scared to die. He going to do whatever. It don't matter, okay? When his time comes, that's it. In the meantime, he going to make it do what it do. Let's go ahead and get into this episode, y'all. Break it on down. Take it from the top. You know how we do. So listen, y'all, we started out basically, they done found Chewy body, right? And the detective seems to know who he is already, know that he down with CBI. And one of the cops was saying, well, you know how these people are. And he was like, what do you mean by these people? There's a reason why they live by the code. There's a reason why they do things the way that they do. And he notices this guy on the side playing this saxophone. So he going on over to him and he tell him, listen, I ain't no snitch, okay? But if you over here saying we friends, friends usually help each other out. You give a little, I give a little, and then we can see what we talking about. So old copper, take out some change and give it to him or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to need a little bit more than that. And when he give him more, he lets him know that, okay, yeah, Chewy flipped, okay? 1 minute he was with CBI, next minute he was with treason. So more than likely, we know at this point that it is because he flipped and went to treason that CBI probably got pissed about that and took him out, right? So now the cop knows which way he needs to go. Now, in the meantime, we see Diamond over here clapping some cheeks, okay? And Tommy come walking in like, oh, man, I'm sorry. But listen, I did what needed to be done. I took out Chewy. And Diamond is like, we talked about this. You wasn't supposed to make a rule without me. And you don't understand what's going on and what you did with this. And Tommy said, yes, I do. We had to make an example of him. He had to get in line because at the end of the day, if we let one person go, right, then everybody thinks that they could do whatever they want. So Tommy told him to work both ways because he was telling him that there's consequences, and now everybody else know that we can't be bullshit. And he was like, you want us to be on some turn the other cheek shit, and that's not the way it works. So, Diamond was like, you know what? This shit ain't going to work if you going to be like this. And Tommy says, shoot, it looked like it's working fine to me. We got the product. We are the product. We got mad money in that damn safe. That's what I call working. It's working pretty good, right? And so Diamond told him that's what we need to be concentrating on, making that money, not beef or vengeance. And Tommy says, you know what? You sound just like my, friend, okay? And I used to roll with AKA Ghost, right? So he was like, That's all fine and dandy or whatever. You know, that's what my old partner used to say. And you right. But at the same time, it is what it is. I feel you. But this is what we had to do. And this is what happened. And you know what I'm saying? That mother had to die. Period. Point blank. So at this point, Jannard comes to tell his team that Chewy got taken out and that we are going after Tommy. He know that Diamond didn't have nothing to do with this. It's all Tommy fault. And we gonna get him, okay? And so we out here shooting up these daggone bottles. So now, you know, we want revenge for Chewy. Now, in the meantime, child, Tommy find Vic over at the graveyard. Everybody seemed to know where the hell to find Vic at. Vic is basically saying, how the hell, you know what I'm saying, you found me? You following me? And Tommy told him, you ain't no damn Waldo. So he asking him, of course, do he know who took Liliana out? And he like, no. And he was like, you sure about that? Because I know that it was somebody from the damn Flynn clan. And then he's like, nope, I don't know nothing. Okay, so he was like, all right, cool. He tells him, well, you know, what's up with your sister or whatever the case may be. You ain't rolling with her. And Vic said, that's a bitch. She's a bitch. I don't mess with her. You know what I'm saying? She doing her thing. I'm doing my thing. So he said, oh, so you on your own now. Well, do you want to get down, you know, with CBI? Like, F all of them. And he said he actually could relate a little bit to Vic. He knows how he feels. And you know what I mean? So what you going to do with yourself? And he's basically like, what it look like? He said, it looked like you on some bull crap and you over here wasting time, wasting your damn life away drinking up a damn storm. But nonetheless, when, you know, Tommy's walking away, he's like, well, do you know who the hell leaked the whole Dahlia thing? And he like, nah, sure the hell don't, right? If I hear something, I'll let you know. He basically hit Vic back with the same thing that he said to him. Now, in the meantime, Walter here for this damn meeting, child. Come to find out is a damn bad batch and they don't want to lose out on all of their money, right? And so it came out too strong and they want Walter to get rid of it. And Walter's like, I'm not about to give that to my people. And he said, I don't give a damn who you give it to as long as I still can make some money off of it. That's what I care about, right? And so they say we could put it on the south side. I said, you damn bastards. So y'all just basically want to knock out all the black people with that. That's what y'all trying to say, right? And Walter over here asking what's the side effects. And they said, well, I can tell you one thing. Novocaine ain't going to, you know, help with no overdose. And so, you know, basically they say, okay, they're going to handle it. And Paulie tells him, well, this is where you need to go ahead and bring the kids in so they could get this off. Now, we basically, you know, go from him to Claudia getting it. And I said, wait, is that Claudia? I didn't even know Claudia was intimate. No shade, but I thought she just was with the woman thing. So, of course, when they finished, she said, yo, I ain't stupid, okay? I know what time it is. You know, what do you want? Nice try. You never been that much into me. You know what I'm saying? What do I owe this pleasure? Like, what do you come here for? So she talking about, you know, he told her simple, cut the bullshit. And so she basically says, you know, well, what's going on? What can you tell me about the whole situation with my father in Dublin? And he was like, oh, I can't tell you nothing about that. Then when she gets up and starts getting ready, he does say to her, well, the one thing I could tell you is if he don't make it do what it do, off with his head. And she was like, really? They would do that? Yes, bitch. Okay, they wouldn't even think twice. And so, you know, she just basically had a funny look on her face. So now Diamond come on over to Jannard, and I thought it was so funny because all before we was basically saying, you know, if you see him, shoot him. If I see him, shoot him. I don't care, brother or not, take him out. But now all of a sudden Diamond is coming to give him this warning and say, yo, you about to start a war with your dumb shit and you got bigger fish to fry. Like, you don't need to sit here and get into it with Tommy. Don't you owe damn the Serbs and the freaking cartel and everybody else? So why don't you concentrate on that and concentrating on making your money and stop, you know, before this thing gets out of hand? And Jannard is basically like, I ain't scared of Tommy, goofy ass. He said, well, you should be. Okay, you got more important things to worry about. And although Jannard could be a damn hothead and he can't stand Tommy, at the end of the day, he knew what Diamond was saying was true and that he had a point. So he calls his boys in a few minutes later and he's basically saying to them, all right, put a pin in that whole Tommy situation, right? I will let y'all know when we gonna go after him. Right now, that's not the first priority. I'm owing You know, Miguel, I'm on freaking Merkovich. I got to focus on that. We ain't even got all the money up for that. And one of the little hotheads, I'm just going to call him Two-Face because that's what he was giving me. He over here, oh no, how you going to say that? How you going to take that back? Now we just supposed to sit around and be quiet and we not supposed to go and do nothing. You know, if our man Chewy and blah, blah, blah. And he walk off pissed. And then, you know, the other guy asked Jannard, well, what we gonna do now? And he's like, you know, that's what I'm trying to figure out. And at that point, he had Merkovich calling him on the phone. Now, Vic, every time we see Vic got a damn bottle, child. Vic got bottles on the dresser. Vic got bottles under the bed. Vic got bottles on the side. All he doing is damn drinking his freaking life away. And Walter coming there to talk to him, and he's basically still, oh, F you, I don't want to be a part of this family. Screw this family. Ask Claudia. She more so is the one that you want anyway, and she would love to do it. And you know what I'm saying? And then he's saying, if I wanted your sister to work with us, I would be talking to her. The same old freaking song, different damn tune, different damn day, right? And so he's like, besides, she was the one behind Zalia and working with Tommy. And I said, well, damn, Vic, you over here snitching. He's funny. So he was like, let her help you. So Walter's like, all right, whatever, right? At first he was saying no. And he was basically saying that, you know, he wanted them to get these pills off on the south side. And, you know, later on, Jannard and Tommy and Diamond and all of them would fall, like, you know what I'm saying, one by one or whatever. And he would take out Egan and his boy or whatever, right? And so Vic was just like, you really think it's that easy? And he said, you want a war. He said, you don't need me. What you want is a damn pawn, and I'm not it. And he walked out on him. Now, we get over to the barber shop. And Diamond cutting hair, you know, we see this old timer that they saying, when do you ever cut hair? You always the one sitting in the seat. And we have the PO come in, and he asked Diamond to go in the back and take a daggone piss. Okay, he said, nah, that's what you got to do, because Tommy came in right after saying how they have this 12 o'clock appointment. And PO said, nah, you ain't going nowhere but in the back to give me urine. And Diamond had to end up texting him like, yo, I got to handle this situation, so go without me. So Tommy heads over, you know, to Miguel and them or whatever. And when he gets there, just as he was walking up, they basically are telling him like, oh, Tommy Egan. Everybody knows who the hell Tommy is now. That's funny too, right? Everybody just Tommy Egan, Tommy Egan, Tommy Egan. So, you know, when Tommy walks up or whatever, the guy says he actually remembers him from Queens with Julio. I was like, oh, shout out to Julio. That was my boy. Okay, may he rest in peace. So he over here, you know, chit-chatting with him, and one of the other guys come up talking about something. Well, we don't, you know, do white people here. Okay, no whites allowed or whatever. And Tommy was like, well, good thing I got that green. And in the midst of him saying that, we basically have the Serbs roll up and start shooting, and we getting it on and popping, you know. So Tommy shooting back, Miguel shooting back, all his men shooting back or whatever. And then Tommy got popped, and I was here for it because I've been asking for him to get popped, beat up, something, okay? We know he ain't gonna die, but yes, Tommy do need to get some damn scars, and he needs to get messed up sometime. So I was here for that, right? And they go ahead and pull him inside to take care of him. Now, in the meantime, because Walter know he ain't got no other choice, he go and talk to Claudia, telling her how he need her help and how he want her to go and check on her brother, be there for him. She was like, look, Vic don't need to do nothing but sit his damn behind down somewhere. He's still grieving over Gloria or whatever the case may be. And he's like, you know, I need you to step it up or whatever the case may be. And he was like, he told me all about your experiment with Dahlia or whatever. And she was like, you're not upset? And he was like, no, you know, he was like, it shows me now that you're prepared, and I want you in the driver's seat. So she was like, all of a sudden, you want me in the damn driver's seat or whatever. She was like, why? Because Vic is stuck inside the damn bottle. And so, you know, he's telling her, like, go and be there for your brother or whatever, right? Now, after Tommy get hit, they bring him inside, and Miguel's sister's over here working on him, fixing up his wounds or whatever the case may be. And, you know, she's just telling him again, like, yo, I told you to watch your back and you need to be careful. You ain't even been here 5 minutes and look at me having to sew you up. And he's like, oh, no, I just did this on purpose so I could get close to you. And she was like, look at you still flirting. I said, yeah, apparently these guys around here, child, it don't matter. They could owe money. They could get beat up. They could get shot up. They gonna still be trying to get some ass. Okay. So, you know, the guy that had told Tommy, like, oh, I know you from Queens and with Julio and all of that, he was like, I see Tommy is on some stuff. He was like, he could be mad dangerous to have around. And Miguel said, yeah, and he also could be valuable too, right? And so she's over here sewing up Tommy wound, and he telling her how pretty her eyes is, and she like, yo, your eyes don't look too bad either from where I'm sitting. And he hears them saying that it's a drop tomorrow under 290 or whatever at 209, and they like, good. And so of course this is just basically intel that he's gonna later take to Diamond and ask him, like, do you know where 290 is, and say that he has a plan and it's something they could set up. And as he's leaving, Grandma's pulling up out of her car coming to check to see what the hell is going on, and he's asking Miguel, like, this is all over territory. And Miguel says, yeah, there usually is. And he says, I could see that. So he was like, earlier your boy brought up Julio from New York. What's that about? How y'all know him? And Miguel basically says, yo, we got our ears to the street. We paying attention to everything everywhere, right? And so now when Grandma's getting out the car, Tommy talking about some, what's up? All right, now you coming through with that hot shit. That's a fly ass car. Okay, you want some Snoop Dogg? And she looked at him like if looks could kill, Tommy would have been dead. So she asking Miguel, her grandson, like, yo, what's popping with him? Okay, why you got this white devil around? And he told her, don't worry, I will not trust him as far as I could see him, but he did come through and help today. And he basically lets her know how the Serbs, came and hit them, and that he did, try to help. And so she says, okay, go talk to who you need to talk to, take care of your business, and, make sure that you do keep your eyes on him or whatever, right? Now, in the meantime, child, Claudia know where to find Vic. Like I said, everybody know where to find Vic. He over here at the bar drinking now. So she coming talking about she taking on him on behalf of the family. And he like, well, since when do you care about family or whatever, right? And she's saying she doing her sisterly duty and that they have to fulfill this agreement with Dublin. And he was like, how you know about all this? He was like, damn, you sleeping with Brandon? Like, damn, where do you stop at? Right? Did Doyle tell you that? And so he was like, damn, Claude. So he was like, you don't need to be doing any of this. I'm just trying to protect you. And she was like you protected, Gloria, you wasn't good at doing that. You not even good at damn running away. You couldn't even do that, right? And he was like, oh, okay. Fuck you, Claudia. Fuck you. Okay. He paid the bill and he walks away, right? Just basically still again telling her that she's just like Dad. Now, in the meantime, we, have damn Stacey Marks, right? She got turned down for her task force. They not letting her go after nothing. So one guy was saying he knew people, and then she was like, no, thank you, that she was going to handle it her way. So she goes to this lady named Lori, and she's like, yo, I just need 5 minutes. I need to speak to you for a minute. She told her she got 2. She running late. So she's like, yo, my task force got denied, and I don't understand this. We have a way in, we checking on this guy, Tommy Egan, and he's connected to everybody. And she was like, this wouldn't happen to have anything to do with the fact that I've been coming down on damn policing or whatever, would it? And she said, yeah, a little bit. And the DA has a different agenda than you do, whatever, right? So she was like, you would think that y'all would want the criminals off the damn street. So she tells her, if you can prove, because she brought up the Mexican cartel. Once she brought them up, that seemed to get her attention. So she was like, tell you what, if you could really prove Tommy's connection to all of them and you could get CPD on board, then maybe you would be able to get your task force. And she was like, damn well CPD is not going to want to work with me and approve like that, or whatever the case may be, right? And she was like, well, you got to go ahead and figure it out. So that's what she got to do, right? So now we get over to the gym or whatever, and old Two-Face is boxing and talking mad crap about Jannard to Shanti. And of course she's like, yo, watch your mouth, watch what you saying. And he was like, listen, I know that's your man, but he basically caused all this shit or whatever, right? So if he don't, stop playing around, then he gonna have a whole lot to deal with. And she just was standing there looking. She gonna go back and tell Jannard about that, right? So now he was just like, what I meant. Now when we get over to Diamond, he is basically there talking to Tommy, and Tommy is telling him all about the plan that he got for them to go over here. And what they want to do is make it look like the Serbs is hitting, the cartel, right? Now, Vic is in this store, child. Why I thought this was a dream, all of a sudden he in the store drinking and some chick walking up to him. This just was mad random. She coming talking about something, do you want a blowjob? They go back here. She giving him the blowjob. The store owner start knocking on the door and saying, you got to come out of there. Vic comes out and puts a gun to his head, tells him to take the money out of the register, and then and then takes the rest of the money, basically robs him and walks out. I was like, what? Like, how the hell are we doing a robbery and you supposed to be Vic Flynn with all this damn money or whatever from your damn daddy? Child. So, as if that wasn't bad enough, the cops is behind him or whatever. He driving drunk, drinking the bottle while he damn driving, and the cops is basically telling him to pull over. He pull over, they tell him to toss the keys out and stand outside the car. He's standing out. Y'all don't know who I am. Y'all don't know who I am. I'm Vic Flynn. I'm Vic Flynn. I bet y'all could be on my payroll. And he reaches in the damn back of him, and sure enough, don't they tase his behind? I said, good, you should have damn shot him as far as I'm concerned. Vic is a waste of damn space, y'all. I'm sorry, until he showed me something different. So Miguel get over here and he's letting, his boss know, like, what time it is, everything that happened with the Serbs. And he's like, they didn't get us for any weight, but they lit us up. And he says, he can't let this go. He got to get them back. So his boss is saying, nah, you don't need to do nothing. That can't happen. He was like, you can't mess up my flow. And Miguel is saying, but we can't keep letting them go. And he says, nah, engaging with the Serbs right now, that's going to be a major, mistake for me with the pipeline or whatever, right? One that you and your people can't fill. And so Miguel was still talking about, we going to look weak and I can't take that type of disrespect. And he said, hold up. Yes, you can and you will. You will take the disrespect, because you know what? If you don't, you know what the hell is going to happen? A soldier that's questioning my damn decisions, he says, and messing with my money, he was like, what's going to happen is, not only if I find out that you made any moves after I forbid you to do it, your beautiful sister that you got, what we gonna do is I'm gonna have her my way, then the fellas is gonna have her their way after I'm done with them. Then I'm gonna take her to Mexico and they gonna have their way with her. And then some other guys is gonna have their way when they done. And then we gonna slit that little pretty throat of hers from ear to ear to ear. So you gonna do what I say. Okay, if you was confused, do we have it straight now? Do you understand? Do you get it twisted? So he was like, yes, I understand everything, right? So I said, Miguel ain't all big and bad after all, honey. Not to mention that he got that damn diabetes, and we was seeing his sister giving him the needle last week. So now, of course, Jannard here smoking, and they come and tell him some guy with a, strange accent is here to see you. Of course, this is Merkovich, right? Some foreign accent, whatever. And he like, yeah, send him in. So when he come in, of course, he got to tell Merkovich, I still don't have, your property, but I am working on it. And Merkovich basically says, well, while you working on it, in the meantime, you going to keep giving me money at the money, 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 at the money till you get it. So now Jannard had to basically take what he's supposed to have from Miguel to give it to Merkovich. Now he shit out of luck with that. And they saying, what we going to do now? What we going to do? Right? And, we basically had him going over and talking to Chauncey, and Chauncey ends up taking out that same envelope that he was turning down before, and she passes that to him. She also tells him about the guy and what he came in saying. So she's like, what you gonna do? And again, he's saying, I don't know, man. So she give him the money, and he like, yo, I can't take no handouts from you. And she like, this ain't no damn handout, boy, and this ain't no gift. You gonna pay me back every red cent. So she's saying, what you gonna eat for dinner, or what do you want for dinner? And he talking about, I want you. I said, here we go again, Jannard. You ain't got the money for these damn people, but you keep having time to get in Shanti's pants. Like, make it make sense, boo. You got your priorities all mixed up. She talking about some bon appetit. So now we basically had, Walter coming, getting damn Vic out, and he's still asking him about doing this business again and saying he messed up and he can't fix that, and what he did with, Gloria and the pain that he can't take away, but he really need him and all of this. So Victor was like, well, the only way that I will go in is if you basically have Claudia out. And he's like, something happened between you and your sister. He's like, I just don't want to rock with her. If she's in it, I'm out. So he was like, only if Claudia's out, I will do it. So he tells him, fine. So, of course, this pisses Claudia off, and she comes in breaking, oh, you done took his side over mine. You done brought him back in. The damn boy got arrested for freaking robbery. He ain't about shit. Like, how the hell did you let him get back into this again, or whatever the case may be? And how did you fall for it? And so he's like, girl, no, you the one that ain't got no damn balls. Okay, get out my face. Like, I made my decision and that's that. So I said, once again, Claudia got played, right? She thought she was going to be the head one in charge. But of course, Vic is swearing revenge against his father, right? We going to get him for everything that he did. We going to make him think that we down with him, but we really going to be getting him back. Now, we get on over to damn, Diamond Child, because at one point Diamond was in the barbershop, cleaning up, and this officer comes and handcuffs him from behind and basically saying, put your hands behind your back or whatever. So he's over here like, is it something we could work out, officer? Next thing you know, we seeing that that's the same chick that he was smashing in the beginning of the episode, and she laying on the couch sniffing coke, talking about something. Do you want some? And he like, nah, I'm good. I'm still me. Ain't nothing changed since I got out here in these streets. And so he gets a text from Tommy saying we need to go by 2 p.m. And she over here talking about, can we go for round 2? And Diamond said, nah, boo, I got some business to take care of. So I said, well, damn, at least Diamond, ain't worried about getting none the way the rest of these ones is, right? He putting business first. So now, he already got it at the end of the day. So now we get over here to Tommy and his plan. The Serbs is over here, chilling at the warehouse waiting for the cartel to come. And one of the guys is trying to look for a light for his cigarette. So Tommy like, I got a light for you. Basically takes him out. They take them out or whatever the case may be. And then, the cartel pulls up and they like, well, who the hell, is this? What's going on? So we shooting or whatever. They shooting. Tommy over here taking his damn mask off, showing him his face, and the guy like, Tommy, and then he punches him, and Diamond comes rolling up in the damn van and runs him the hell over. I was like, okay, like that part was a little cheesy. We ain't gonna lie about it, right? So now when Miguel comes, right, he sees that obviously somebody took all the stuff or whatever, and it's basically looking like they all supposedly went up against each other. But it was funny because when he lifted the guy's mask, it was a hole in his head, but yet the mask was perfect and there was nothing there. So needless to say, at least for now, Diamond and Tommy got away with this, right? And they back at his loft talking. And Diamond's just asking him like, yo, is it really worth it? Like, you don't care about nothing. And, Tommy is basically saying no. Like, listen, I know I'm going to go out one day. Okay, we all got to go. Like, this is what I do. This is the only thing I know. He's like, I'll worry about all that other stuff tomorrow. Like, I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? And he was like, is there really a master plan to all of this stuff that you doing? Like, because you just be going and going and going. And, Diamond was asking him like, but yeah, when it's all said and done, like, is it really worth it? And Tommy basically says it will be. Okay. So I'm like, okay, Tommy. So now, Tommy is out at, basically getting him something to eat or whatever. He munching, he chilling in his car, and we see this car roll up, and we basically, know already that is one of the damn Jannard's boys, Two-Face, that's there, right? And he's going to shoot after damn Tommy or whatever, right? And he's like hitting the tail end of the car. Of course, Tommy go flying off. Child, little girl gets hit in the midst of it. So we see her on the ground and we see her mama yelling and screaming or whatever. And then the same cop from the beginning, the detective, come to find out that him and Stacey Marks is over here getting friendly, okay, in more ways than one. They out on a damn date, it looked like. And she's trying to get him to come on board to help her with this situation too, so that she could get this task force. And he telling her he can't do that. And he get 2 calls back to back about everything that went down. He was mentioning the whole situation with Chewy and the fact that now Treason and CBI split. So he basically was like, yo, I gotta drop you home. And he go over to where this little girl was shot at, and you know, he just basically looking. So child, of course this is gonna be you know, this is Tommy's fault, because Diamond told him not to go and start this whole Chewy thing, right? And that it was going to start a war. And now you got an innocent girl killed. And I feel like that's also going to help Agent Marks to get her case now that they was not initially wanting to give her, because you do have an innocent bystander stuff, you know, that shot. And we know that we got the drama between CBI and Treason. And child, Jannard, you ain't got no control over your people, because they paid you absolutely dust. So it's kind of your fault too. Lord of mercy. But what did y'all think about this episode? What do y'all rate it? Put it in the comments. Okay, what did you like? What didn't you like? All that good stuff. Anything that I left out, put that in the comments. Give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you are so inclined. Whew, honey. Till next time.